Alright guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing some knockoff games that I found in the App Store. So the first one that I found is a knockoff of Tiny Wings. Now, Tiny Wings is a game that I used to play all the time as a kid. This is really nostalgic for me. It is a really good game. It's kind of like an endless runner. You have to control a bird and use momentum to slide across hills while trying to outrun the night. It's a lot of fun. It has a really good soundtrack, and you should definitely buy it. And I searched it up to try and buy it on my phone, and I found this. Tiny Bird Wings and Jump. With more smooth about gameplay and new characters for more funny. Have fun. As you can see, you always dreamed can flying, but can tap to jumping. Step by step and Chang character. Help the bird calculated symmetry to jump as far as possible. Get candy to change character. How can you jump to far? And, if that's not already amazing, I also decided to check out some of the reviews. I honestly just got this because it says, "You always dreamed can flying" on it. Not sure how this made it to the App Store, but it looks like a direct copy of Tiny Wings, but it's worse. In the game, you guide a wingless monstrosity over a bunch of spikes, trying to land in the spaces. Also, you can't tap to jumping. You have to hold and aim the buffoon for a really confusing amount of time. What really sells this game, though, is when you hit the spikes, the bird yells, "Uh-oh," and his body flattens into oblivion, his blue fluids and gases violently squeezing out until he's unrecognizable as a life form. Press the getting button to had free money. This game is so confusing as to be impossible to understand. I spent a good few minutes trying to figure out what to do because the bird couldn't stop saying, "Oh no!" Eventually, I came to understand that the background is just here to confuse you and has nothing to do with Tiny Wings. No instructions either, from what I can tell. Also, the home menu is especially confusing, seeing as none of the buttons have any text. Overall, a confusing and frustrating experience. And that right there is perfect. I had a good laugh over that, and I decided to actually download the game for myself. So, as they were saying, there are no buttons on it, but instead of sliding across hills, you literally just tap. That's it. Most of the time, it's really hard to tell how you're supposed to land in the gaps. The bird flies way too far, and it dies like this every time. This is honestly a really bad game. And the next one that I found is made by the same person. I decided to check out this company to see if they have any other games, and to my surprise, they do. Another one is called Light Dash, Dancing Line Acrobatic. I wonder what that's a ripoff of. Dash Light is very fun, challenging, but also addictive 2D platformer that is definitely worth trying out. And as you can see by the reviews, this game is terrible. You can say I'm being rude, but I'm telling the truth. It's a ripoff of a fun game called Geometry Dash, except this game, first of all, has terrible graphics. Second of all, the music is terrible. It's horrible. Third of all, you don't even get to pick from levels like in Geometry Dash. Fourth of all, it's not exciting in any way like Geometry Dash, just lame music playing while you jump over triangles and squares. That's literally all this game is about. Geometry Dash is way more exciting, with different levels, and challenge, obstacles, and the list goes on and on. If anyone is reading this, just be warned that this game is trash. This game is utter trash. Like, what the hell even is this? The game is almost unplayable. For the people saying this isn't a copy of Geometry Dash, come on, it really, really is. The name isn't even creative. The graphics are actually terrible. The music is painful to listen to. The jumping isn't smooth in the slightest. It's stupid. If I could rate this 0, I would. Come on, developers, could you at least try? If you're going to make a complete copy of the game, at least make an effort. This is just disappointing. And I downloaded that too to see how accurate it would be to Geometry Dash. And just as I expected, it's nothing like Geometry Dash. First of all, I'd like to point out that you have a double jump. Second, landing on top of the squares kills you. Third, I don't know what that mirror thing is all about. I guess it's to get more diamonds on the bottom. And that's another thing. Why are there diamonds? Why are there collectibles? And why is there one in between the spikes there? How are you supposed to get that? This isn't anything like Geometry Dash. You can't touch anything. And it's endless. I don't get the point of this. I don't understand how this is supposed to be fun. I decided, oh hey, at least there's a shop where you can have literally the Geometry Dash skins. And I'd like to point out such a huge difference between Face and Face 1. Ah, yes. And if you haven't noticed, up at the top, it says 20 diamonds. When I want to buy something, you probably can't see it because the ad is in the way. It says 15 diamond. The diamond symbol changes. Overall, this game is just really, really bad. The third game that we're going to be looking at is called The Wheels Man on Happy Bike, which is a direct ripoff of Happy Wheels. The Wheels Man on Happy Bike is a fun and free game, is fairly easy to understand and play. Fun game, and funny. This actually got better reviews than the other ones. I personally like the editing. This game does not have that feature. What is wrong with the graphics? The game doesn't even have the irresponsible dad. That is my favorite part of Happy Wheels. Personally, this game is just like a Flash game, and it's pretty good, and frankly, most of the terrible reviews obviously haven't played Flash games before. But it could use a little more, like, skins or more maps, and even some better ragdoll physics. Not saying they're already bad or something like that, but other than that, you did a good job in my opinion. So, there's 2 levels. Chapter 1, Hardest Summer, and Chapter 2, Winter. So, if I go to Hardest Summer, I can pick a level, I hold down this button to, play. Immediately, the bike flips over. Now, that was probably just me having bad control because, yeah. Let's start this over. So here, you can also control the back of the bike and the front of the bike with the 2 buttons on the sides. That's a pretty alright mechanic. Honestly, out of the 3 games, I'd say this one is the best. They actually did a decent job copying Happy Wheels. The bike physics are a little irritating. The ads are a little annoying. And one thing I can't figure out is what this button here does. I don't know what that symbol is, and it doesn't seem to do anything, really. But sometimes he clips through the mountains, and yeah, this game is pretty bad. As you can see, the reviews are stellar. It's a great game, but I was disappointed when I saw there was no level maker. They have made a lot more than just 3. They kind of make a lot, and I mean a lot, of rip-off games. I don't know what their deal is, but the Bowmaster's Skill Level Max. That's an obvious rip-off of Bowmaster's. Backflip Multiplayer Madness. Mr. Escapists on the Valley. Like, it's like they're not even trying. But yeah, I had a pretty good laugh over all the rip-offs, and if you liked this, comment, like, subscribe, and I might react to some more rip-off games I might actually download and play more rip-off games and check out some more companies, because honestly, this is pretty good stuff.